Welcome to this course on Start Your Journey from Embedded to IoT.
In today's lecture, we will going to talk about some of the hardware and software that are being used to design your IoT applications. In the previous lecture, what we have discussed was about the embedded system. We can say its embedded system is controlled by its own microprocessor or a microcontroller. To develop this embedded system, what we required some sets of hardware. So we always start with the very popular board, which is known as the Arduino UNO board. So one of the best board that is being used by most of the communities is your Arduino UNO board. And the reason why they are using this Arduino UNO board, because it has got a very rich resource available on the Googles. They have got a very good community. Whatever you want to search, if you are doing some programming on Arduino UNO, you are developing some project on Arduino UNO, and if you are facing some of the technical issues or you are facing some difficulty in writing a program, you can simply Google it. You can ask them the question to the Arduino community. They will going to help you, and that's why we consider this as one of the best board. So before starting, what is the Arduino? So as I have told you that Arduino is the one of the popular board which has been used, and one of the reason that why we are using this Arduino UNO board, because of its open source electronics platform. What is the meaning of open source? That this Arduino board are freely available. Freely available means whenever you are using this Arduino board, you don't have to pay some money. You don't have to purchase any license. Okay, so they are freely available. We can say these are the freely available codes. If you want to design your own Arduino boards, you can design your own Arduino board hardware. It has got a Arduino software also, where you can write the codes also to upload it on the microcontroller. So whenever we are talking about the open source means that whenever you don't have to pay a single money for it. So just take an example. Let's say if we talk about Windows 10, one of the popular OS which we are using is a Windows 10. So let's take a Windows 10 example. So is a Windows 10 is a freely available or not? No, it is not freely available. So what we can say, that whenever we are talking about the Windows 10, either we have to purchase the license, we have to pay the money for it. And you can see that whenever you are purchasing a laptop, okay, so if it has got a pre-installed Windows 10 is coming with that laptop, so you can see that the price of that laptop is little bit higher than the DOS version of the laptop that is available in the market. So same configuration of a laptop with pre-installed Windows 10 will be little bit at a higher cost than the same configuration laptop which is available on the DOS platform. So what we can say, this Windows 10 is not a open source software. But when we are talking about the Arduino, so the popularity of this Arduino has become so much, we can say that in the research market also, these are the freely available open source platforms that are being used to build the project. So if you want to develop your own Arduino board, you can just purchase the component from the market, and they have got their whole code structure which is given on the website, where you can see that how you have to connect all the components to develop your Arduino UNO boards. Similarly, when we are talking about their software, so the software which we are referring is the platform where you will going to write your code. So let's say if I'm talking about this microcontroller, let's say this is my chip. So let's say I have to control this bulb. So I have to give some input to it. So if I'm giving some input and I have to control the bulb, what I have to do? I have to do some programming. I have to write some program here. So where you will going to write that program, and how you will going to upload that program in the microcontroller chip which you have in the Arduino UNO board. So for that you require the software. So what is the conclusion we have drawn from here, that Arduino UNO has become the very popular board because of its open source availability. Second thing is that if we are talking about the Arduino board, whatever the things you want to do, whatever the project you want to develop, you can just develop it using the Arduino board. So what we can say, that whenever we are talking about the Arduino board, as I have told you in the last lecture also that whenever we have got a sensor, we have got a microcontroller, and then we have got the actuator. In a similar way, what we can say that if we are giving some input, okay, and let's say this is your microcontroller board, and then you will going to get your output. So what type of input you can give? So the input you can give in the form of a light on a sensor, finger on a button, read the input in the form of a Twitter message. Let's take an example. Suppose let's say this is your smartphone, smart mobile phone. So we all know that in this smart mobile phone you have got a touch panel. Okay, so we have got a touch screen here. So whenever you want to make a call, what you have to do? You have to touch the number present on this. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. So you will going to press 1. So you will going to see that 1 will be coming here. Then you press 2. So 2 will going to come here. And after that you have got a icon of a call icon like this. Here you will going to find a call icon. And when you press on that call icon, a phone call will going to be connected. So what we can say, what is the output you are getting? That means on a touch panel, what you are doing, you are dialing a number, and as a output, what you are doing, you are ringing someone. You are making a call to the someone. Is it clear? So what we are doing, in an Arduino UNO board, we have to give the input. We have to give the input, and that input will go and process in the microcontroller, and then you will going to get your output. So input can be in the any form. You can put any of the sensors, you can put the touch panels, you can give the input in the form of a Twitter message. Okay, and what can be the output? The output can be like you have to activate the motor, you have to turn off the motors, you have to turn off the LEDs. How it will going to do? So we have to use some set of inputs, and that input will going to be converted into the output with the help of this microcontroller. So what we are trying to say that you have to give the instruction. So input means you have to give the instruction to this microcontroller, and you will get the instruction in the form of an output also. So what we can say, you tell the board what you want to do. Okay, so in that what you are doing, you are sending a set of instruction to the microcontroller, and the processing will go into the microcontroller, and our end result will be your output in the form of, let's say, turning off the light or controlling the motors, like this. So there are a lot of examples you can consider. So just check around you that what are the examples you can use, what can be the input you can use, okay, what can be the output in the form of you can use. Okay, so these are some of the input and output you can see.